Peace, love, light, and transcendence. Welcome back to Healing Moon World, a place to heal your spirit, mind, and body. I'm Ajwa for today's Moon Talk, which is focused on the road to self-mastery, healing spirit, mind, and body, living a holistic lifestyle in this reality. I'm going to be talking about the challenges and how difficult it can be when it comes to taking a different life path from the masses or the majority, and how challenging it can be to navigate yourself or your way through it. Because in any given situation, it's hard when you are taking a different path than the more majority of people. But when it comes to like a lifestyle or shifting just the way that you live, or how you're going to live this life that you've been given, when it comes to the majority of the masses, it can be very, very challenging, especially when it comes to the consciousness level and how you relate to entities. Because for me, and I'm outside, I'm in Jamaica, so if there's like any like cars or like vehicles coming or traffic, that's why. Or if you hear any like noises, that's why. But for me personally, I've noticed how difficult it is having to pull myself out of the majority way of living, or the way that we've been conditioned to live in this reality, as in just for example, waking up every day, going to work, just making some money, buying some things, following the media and all the things that's being fed to us, and that's just, and then we just live, and then we just you retire, you work, you retire, and then like that's it. And that's the reality, and it's been filled with lies. Once you start to relearn and teach yourself and live that lifestyle, focus on like self-mastery and transcendence and becoming your highest state of being, and realizing what this reality is about and what this life is about, it can be a shock. And then having to go through the dark night of the soul and healing all your traumas, and forgiving yourself and forgiving people for others for not knowing, because we've all been conditioned into this reality and that lifestyle. So breaking out of it, oh my gosh, it's very hard, very challenging, and it can be very isolating and very lonely at times, because it's like it's hard to relate to people and to relate, but this is definitely like the right path and the best path to follow and to choose, because at least that we're all in this reality. We're all not living for each other. You're not living someone's life. We're not living each other's lives. When it's time for us to pass or to transition on, we're doing it individually. Like no one's gonna do it for you or with you. So it's like that should be comforting. For me, it was comforting and encouraging for me to be like, you know what? I don't really care what anybody thinks or what anybody's gonna say, or if I'm isolated or if I'm alone, which for me is good, because I like to be alone, and I like to think and analyze about a lot of things, but I'm not gonna let that discourage me from taking this life path, because I'm not gonna have that much people to relate to, or that much friends, or be seen as this and that. So yeah, and this journey for me started when I was 27. 27, it's like the best life crisis I had, because it definitely changed my life for the better. But I had a life crisis, and I was afforded the opportunity to like retire myself out of the system, out of like the reality, the things that we've been conditioned to do and believe, such as just waking up, working, buying some things, and then like neglecting your health and your spiritual health, following some religion that is just surface level, and not really diving deep into anything really. So I was able to retire myself out of that reality, and now being able to focus on my holistic state of being, my health, my physical, my mental health, my spiritual health, focusing on what this life is about, transitioning, transcending, raising myself up, because I definitely believe that once you're born, you live on, and this reality is definitely not, the end all be all. Is not it, and there's life after this reality. There's different dimensions. So being able to prepare myself for like the end of this life has been like such a blessing to me. And for me, when I started that, 27, going through that, I went through the dark night of the soul, having to heal all my wounds, realizing that everything that we've been like taught and conditioned to was like a lie. And even when it comes to the food that we eat, the religions that we all follow, it was like, holy moly. But I definitely used that time to just go within myself, learn as much. Hi, baby, you got what you hi. Let me kiss you. Where'd you go? I'm making my video. Okay, so diving deeper within myself, taking that time to heal all my traumas, forgive myself, forgive people, forgive, the situation that we are all in, and choosing to just move forward and not be bitter, not be angry, not be depressed, not put myself in a state of being that's like, that will like bring me to a low point where I end up, either back in the cycle or the routine of what, the masses are in, or just be very depressed. So I took that time, I lifted, I learned, and I chose to, this is one of the hardest parts of it, because I grew up in Christianity, and Christianity is everywhere. Having to come out of that, and go deeper into what spirituality and, deeper into everything, and then having to come out to like people that are around me, like my family, and then being like being like condemned of all these things. It was very, very challenging, but I wanted to make this there's going to be different parts to this as I go on. I'm going to update my road to self-mastery, but I wanted to talk about this leading into the videos I'm going to make, because for me, when I was going through that stage, it was hard for me to find like other channels or other pages where that entity, or like whoever was doing it, was just solely focused on like the road to self-mastery, or like body, mind, and soul, not just focus on like one thing at a time, or one thing and then that's it, or just spirituality. So finding a channel that was just like raw, natural, holistic, someone's actual journey, it was hard for me. So I was just like, well then let me, because I already do some social work. So it's like, let me just turn my channel into, the road to self mastery, and share and see who is, on this journey, and it's just like focused on what the deeper meaning of what life is about, and trying to do whatever they can do each day to, right to raise themselves up to like that their highest state of being, and to go through the whole life, phases and cycle, and just see how that is. So yeah, that's what the channel is going to be mostly based on. I'm going to have more moon talks and more like life experiences, and talk more about it, and just see what I transition or transcend into, and how like the reality around us or our environment also grows and changes to a path where we're not just focused on going to work, making money, and buying some things, and just doing surface level things, and being able to be on a level where we're diving deeper into this reality, deeper into our consciousness, and it's not something that's like frowned upon, or it's like people get anxiety or frown or like shun away from, because it's like it makes them feel uncomfortable, or it's like, oh, that's too deep, or be on like a level or a higher level than our ancestors, like the Egyptians used to be on. And so we can like raise up our reality and transcend and manifest things that's going to help all of us be in a state of being where we can actually focus on the purpose of what this life is about, which is experiencing and growing and raising yourself to a high divine state of being, and moving on to different higher dimensions or whatever comes after this life experience, right? So I won't make this too long. Peace, love, light, and bliss. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, to share the road to self-mastery, and also to help, bring more entities on this path where we're focused on the deeper meaning of what life is about, not just for surface level. And also realizing that spirituality is not this like kumbaya, peace, love, and light, and you dress like this and you look like this. It's like, very raw, natural, and everyone has, their way of being and their way of expressing and their way of living, when it comes to like holistic and transcendence. So yeah, peace, love, and light, and I will see and talk to you guys later. Bye.